What we're really looking for is an ambassador, and you'd like somebody who can really represent South Africa well and do our industry proud.
My name is Lunsky. When I left the Royal Navy, I started in insurance, and then I went and did my NQFs from 4 to 6 through UNISA.
My name is Palesa Mochane. I did a 3-year course, a BCom degree in risk management and economics. I'm currently doing my commercial course with Millpark.
I'm Reese Aaron. I would describe my personality as someone that's very competitive. I also always try and put the best into whatever I do.
Hi, my name is Mitesh Lakha. Started off doing a BCom at Wits University. I then enjoyed insurance the most, and I'm currently a master's student at Wits Business School.
Hello, my name is Jake Penacini. I attended the University of the Western Cape, where I completed my LLB. I realized how I could apply it to the insurance industry and then consciously made the decision.
My name is Ditebogo Mokhalaboni. I was working in a non-profit organization in education, and I met a lady who introduced me to insurance, and as they say, the rest is history.
My name's Kishan Van Mali. I don't know if insurance chose me or if I chose insurance. Having studied risk management, I thought it would be a good opportunity when it did present itself.
My name is Gillian Riley. In terms of my competition, I probably shouldn't say this, but I think they're all pretty awesome people. I'm worried about Joburg. Joburg's my competition. That's who I'm here to win against.
This season was tricky, I think because we were in a brand new venue. I'd gotten used to the old layout. You wouldn't think that the environmental stuff would have an impact, so I was a bit unsettled personally by that. And then, we started to get into it. This year's contestants, I think they stuttered a little at the beginning. The first task, we didn't have a winner. And I thought, okay, maybe we've made the wrong choices here. But they warmed up, and for me, the whole season was really about improvement and growth.
It's been an amazing journey from the beginning, absolutely phenomenal. I think the highlight for me would be the actual tasks. I really enjoyed every task. It gave me an opportunity to think outside the box.
I think the greatest part of the competition was completely being thrown in the deep end. Having to think on your feet, critical thinking. It's taught us so many valuable skills in terms of how to deal with things when you're put on the spot.
Some of the boardroom sessions were rather intense. Specifically, I would have to say the marsh task. It was quite a combative situation to be in the first place. But I feel like we handled well, as much as one can in that situation, and I think we did well.
I think the boardroom sessions were very enlightening because some of us are specialists in our line of work. We tend to stick to what we know. But when the judges push you to go beyond your limits, it's very character building.
The thing that I enjoyed the most from this competition was the presentation we did at Florida Park High School. To sit in or to stand in front and talk to kids and try and maybe make a little bit of a difference.
I think one of my best highlights will be the Emerald task. More than ever, I learned a lot, and it was something that I was actually more comfortable in, but I didn't lose the sense of learning throughout the task. So it was as if like I was doing it for the first time, but just knowing the words and knowing and understanding what we're talking about.
Some of the moments that stood out for me during the week of filming was, one of them was when someone decided to say that they were the weakest in the team, which is surprising when we all in a competition here to win.
I feel like I got a lot out of the episode 6, which was the Insure task, getting to talk to the school children, getting to motivate them, get them excited and influence them to join our industry. That was really fun.
The highlights for me was also seeing how these individuals have grown throughout the process with the different tasks that we're handling, but more so also how they were handling with such modesty and grace the challenges that were thrown at them. For me, it showed a lot of resilience. It showed a lot of confidence, a lot of courage in handling things, and that's what you need in leaders going forward. You know, you need people that can take on the challenges when they're faced with them and not shy away from treading in territories they've never been before.
Ladies and gents, all our valued sponsors, our apprentices, of course, and the esteemed guests, I would like to welcome each and every single one of you to the Insurance Apprentice Live Finale 2019. Round of applause, why not right now? All right, so my name is Nico Panagio, and it's an honor and a privilege to be the Master of Ceremonies this evening. And apparently this is one of the toughest and most grueling competitions of its kind out there, and so they asked me to come in due to my affiliations with another very tough show. And of course, ours is a little different in that people don't get to eat much, and they don't bath for 39 days, and they also don't have toilets, so it's a little different. But apparently a lot of that was going on as well. So, well, we're going to ask our apprentices to tell us a little bit more about that later. So we have some finalists in the house. I hope you're all feeling good. Are you? Yeah, you had a good time? Before we get them onto the stage, I want to call our first speaker for the evening. She's the founder of the Insurance Apprentice, and with the help of an incredible team, heads up this groundbreaking initiative. She's also the editor of FA News magazine, and also she cuts a mean mustard on the dance floor. We'll see a little bit more of that later. Ladies and gents, please make some noise for Rhianette Whitehead.
I'm sorry, it's a hard act to follow, so bear with me. I'll make it quick and painless, I promise. It's great to see all of you here, the end of season 5. It's fantastic. The bigger aim is that we do in 3 years' time a super apprentice, and I know some of my previous winners are here, Roxanne, so be ready for a super apprentice in 3 years' time. Just a quick reminder why we do this. We are empowering the leaders of tomorrow. We need them in this industry. We are showcasing insurance to the outside world because, believe you me, this is watched internationally, and we show people that insurance is not about call centers, funeral policies, and pyramid schemes, I hope. And lastly, we show young people who don't want to work in the insurance industry that our industry is an industry of opportunities. And it doesn't matter what you do and what your personality is and who you are, you have a place in insurance. And I know everyone is not equally passionate about our industry, but this is an easy way to share the passion. Enjoy the evening.
Right, Rihanna, thank you very much. Rihanna Whitehead. And I just want to say that I couldn't help noticing that the most noise when she mentioned drama came from Jake and Gillian's table. So can't wait to hear those stories, guys. Yes, of course. Time to introduce our next speaker. I'd like to ask the head judge of the Insurance Apprentice to join me on stage to say a few words. Ladies and gents, his name is, of course, Simon Colman. Make some noise.
And cue Simon.
It all started for me when I was 7. So there are no teams today because you're all being fired.
Simon, new day, new...
Just realised I have gum in my mouth. Today's task is sponsored by Wrigley's.
Cue Colin. Oh, Simon.
Yes, that's catching. Do you guys want to call me Colin as well? So, okay with that? Yeah, I know. Yeah. I didn't know you weren't supposed to touch it in public. You know? I'm talking about my dog. Morning, top 4. Congratulations, you've done really well to get this far. Good morning, children.
Today we'll be learning all about creative arts through the medium of dance.
Wow, you guys are rough, eh? Kitty. It's like, she's going to fire somebody before they actually finish. Between the two of you, I felt like we were trying to
I was trying to
throw them a life belt.
Simon, we're down to the last 3.
Can you move your lips while she's talking? Because this isn't convincing for me. Let's get them back in here, guys. Let's get them back in here.
And cut. Thank you.
Thanks everybody, and good evening to all of you. I'm glad you actually showed that reel, Rionette, because I seem to have developed a bad reputation since I started doing this show, because often what you see on screen is quite out of character for me. But really, it's been an absolute privilege to be involved with this show yet again. I've been involved since the beginning, although it was initially as a guest judge. And for this is my 3rd year as the head judge. And for me, the most amazing thing is just seeing how the contestants develop. I didn't imagine that you could see somebody develop in just a week, because that's how long we're filming for. You're obviously watching it over a period of 6 weeks. And it really does happen. You know, you see some camaraderie developing between the contestants. And that's really amazing. And to see people who are struggling at the beginning just grow and start shining as the show carries on, for me, that's extremely rewarding. Well done to all of you. I know it's tough to see people go, and there's a lot of tension, and we poke and prod you to try and get that drama going. But you kept your cool, you didn't succumb, and you made it. Some of you made it further than others, obviously. But all of you did extremely well, and I think you and your employers can really be proud of what we saw on the screens this year. So well done to all of you. We had a bit of a predicament right from the outset. And the first task was sponsored by Aon. And we had a prize of 10,000 Rand that was going to be given to the winner of that particular task. And unfortunately, they were all terrible. So we threw them in at the deep end, so they came in cold. It was on a Sunday that we were filming, and there was no winner that day. We didn't fire anybody, fortunately. But of course, we were left with this prize that we had to give away, and we were wondering how we were going to do that. But as the week developed, it became clear what we needed to do. Because I believe that a large part of what we want to achieve in The Apprentice is growth and development of people. And if you can witness that on camera, and you can see somebody developing and growing, well, then we've achieved something in the show. So we decided that prize should really be a Rising Star Most Improved prize. There's a great quote by Winston Churchill, and there's a lot of great quotes by Winston Churchill, and he said, "Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." And that really is what this person embodied over that week. So to give the award, the prize, the 10,000 Rand prize, I'm going to call up Kay Khubane, who was one of the finalists and who actually went to Lloyd's last year from Aon. Kay, can you come up here? Did you bring that massive check? Where is it? Okay, so it gives me great pleasure to announce the winner of the 10,000 Rand, sponsored by Aon, and that is Mitesh Lakha. Well done. Well done, everybody, and I look forward to hearing who the winner is. Thank you very much.
think it certainly started on an exceptionally high note, and having met all the contestants, I could see that there were some serious challenges ahead, but they were extremely excited, and there's no doubt that out of the three this evening, there'll be a worthy winner of that. There's no question about it.
I quite enjoyed the season, I must be honest. Actually, I had a conversation earlier on with some of the contestants, and I said to them, I feel like I know them already, and I think it's a great initiative because you get to really show that we are really trying to professionalize this financial services industry of ours. And I think that's one thing I love about it, and I think that's one thing that I took from it as well. Yeah,
I'm very biased because I'm from Durban, and I think that Colin Lunsky is going to be the winner.
My prediction is Palesa. Palesa is taking it home. She's bringing it home.
So I do have some questions. Titebogo, we're going to start over here. All right. They asked me to just stay away from industry questions and really go personal and speak about your family life at home, that kind of thing. So first question. You are one of those who experienced quite a profound change in your confidence levels. Tell me about that.
Definitely, like I mentioned before, this was definitely a character building exercise for me, to a point where I tackled challenges that I thought were outside of my scope and became successful at them. And it's been a great experience, knowing that you don't need to limit yourself to what you know. I think one of the judges mentioned it in the first episode, that you find yourself boxing yourself in what you know and not stretching yourself. And I took that to heart, and I went and I stretched myself and seeked out and became curious to know what else is out there. So I feel I'm on the right journey right now.
All right, Reese. So let's talk about the day that you went out, which is quite ironic because you went out on the day that your employer Marsh sponsored the task.
Yeah, you know, Marsh being the biggest in the industry, being the giants, they would have come out all guns blazing, putting the toughest task. And you know, we deal with clients on a regular basis, and our executives that were part of the judging process, they must have been through a similar scenario. And unfortunately, I haven't been through a similar experience, which obviously counted for me to getting out of the competition. But you know, you win some and you lose some, and it's what you take out of it, which is the most important factor. And I've learned from that.
Okay, so Julian, I'm going to start chatting before you even get the mic. There's so many parallels that I'm drawing tonight with Survivor, and one of them, many of them that we can draw tonight, one of them that really stood out for me was the fact that by episode 2, your tribe also did not have fire. In your risk assessment report.
Yes, no, look, I mean, I think everybody knows that I took accountability for that as many times as I possibly could.
You certainly did, and there was
quite obvious.
There was so much going on.
Yes.
What were you feeling like right at that moment where I mean, the penny was dropping, like over and over again?
For the most obvious peril that was omitted, like a complete fool. But it was obvious to me, of course, not to everybody else, which I understand. But yes, no, that's why I just owned it as hard as I could and tried to move on as quickly as possible. Although we harped on it for quite some time. Yes.
I'm sure you guys spoke about it afterwards. But again, testament to just handling it very well, cool and calm, owning it, and then moving along swiftly, right? Yes. Jake, youngest contestant ever. Was that a positive or a negative?
I think that was very much a positive for me in the aspect of personal growth. In the aspect of participating in the competition, it was obviously a disadvantage. I'm competing against people with significantly more experience and years in the industry than myself, but what we take away from the industry is more than what is at eyesight. The introspection that you get afterwards, you're able to look at yourself in an episode. That is an opportunity that ordinary people, everyday people that you bump into on the street don't have. So you get to determine how you come across to somebody else. And whether you're client-facing, whether you're broker-facing, it doesn't really matter. You would like to know how you present yourself to your business partner, which is what we consider them to be. And I feel like this allowed me that great opportunity for introspection where I see how I come across, I can make adjustments, I can fix my mistakes, and I can move forward towards becoming a better client or broker-facing insurance agent.
All right, Kishan, you made the comment that public speaking is not your thing. So now you're forced to do it again, but you also did it in front of a crowd of school kids. How did you experience that?
Yeah, geez, appealing to school kids was a bit difficult because these 7 will attest to my dark sense of humor. So I couldn't mention some of the things that would have made me appeal to them in that forum. So it was difficult. I mean, as much as Jake and Julian have expressions and speak a lot, I'm the opposite. So I think all my facial expressions went to Julian at some point. So yeah, it was a bit difficult. But I mean, presenting in a boardroom, like Simon said, is it's far different to trying to appeal to school kids.
Well, I mean, if you can do it there, you can do it anywhere, right? So.
But I didn't do it there, so.
Now at least you know what you need to hone, what skill you need to hone. Moving on to Colin next. You've been titled the oldest contestant, which is really weird. It's a weird title to have for someone who's still so young. Advantages, disadvantages, was it relevant at all?
I think it's definitely got an advantage. You've got a little bit more experience in life in general. You know, you maybe go to bed a little bit earlier when a few guys are having beers when they shouldn't be. So I think that's a life lesson that you learn as you grow up. And yeah, you can't say it's a disadvantage because you have to use the tools that are provided to you. So as much as being the youngest is an advantage, so is the oldest. You know, there's a lot of things that you take with experience, and so definitely an advantage.
Okay, so let's move on to Mitesh. What was your favorite task of the week?
There's absolutely no doubt when I give this answer, and thanks to everyone that made it possible, my favorite task was the Insure task. Getting to go and talk. So anyone that knows me really well knows that I have a massive passion for people and developing people and growing people and inspiring people. And having the opportunity to talk to the learners of Florida Park High School was an absolute blessing for me. And yeah, if I could do one task over, it would be that one. And I'd love to do it again.
Yeah, you were fired up in that one. Looked like you were having a good time. Palesa!
Hi.
Let's talk about the experience itself. Did you find yourself growing as much as what it seemed for us as we watched?
Yes, the growing part of it, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Personally, I felt like I grew so much personally. I think before this program, I thought I was a very introvert. I never thought I would be able to speak in front of school kids, you know. But here I am, I can do that, and more than that, I can apply and be in the top 3 in this amazing program that's character testing. But yeah, I'm happy to be here, yeah.
Well, thank you very much. You've also answered my last question, which was, why would you tell anyone to join this program? And you've just answered it. So thank you very much. Ladies and gents,
thank you so
please
much.
Make some noise.
So top 3 today, feeling very excited, a little bit nervous, apprehensive, and looking forward to it coming to an end and the whole progression and the whole circle. So yeah, it's very nice, actually very excited, looking forward to it.
There's 3 of us left as the competition goes. I feel that any one of us stands a good chance. I feel confident that it could be me, or I feel like it's a chance that it could be me, but I think I'd be comfortable to surrender the title to either one of the other 2 contestants.
Being the top 3 of the Insurance Apprentice feels so unreal, but it's exciting at the same time. I think I need to enjoy the moment, the night especially, and not worry about the outcome, because I feel like if I worry about the outcome, I'm not going to enjoy the night.
I think this year, in fact, we've got 3 completely different personalities in the final, which is probably a first. I think that any of them could win it. I have a suspicion, obviously, who I think it's going to be, but they're all very deserving. and I think that we could be proud of any of them being the winner.
The time has come to get to the moment that we've all been waiting for, the announcement, of course, of our runners-up and our winner. Now, I'd like to ask, before we start with the third runner-up, I'm going to ask Kirshen Pillay, CEO of GIFS, to join me on stage for that handover. And of course, we're going to start with that, as I say, the third runner-up, and a great prize there. It's third prize, but it's a wonderful prize from GIFS worth 27,500 Rand. All right, third place, here is the envelope. Ladies and gentlemen, in third place, the Insurance Apprentice 2019. Please put your hands together for Palesa Mochane. Okay. Is that, are you sure? Okay, here we go. Right, a quick hand over here. That was a beautiful, awkward hug. Thank you very much, Palesa. All right. Right. That brings us to a very big moment. Firstly, good luck to both of you. And congratulations to both of you for making it this far. I think before we go there, this is a huge moment for both of these gents, and incredible performances throughout the this competition, and I think inspiring as well for a lot of youngsters out there, and even some oldsters. And I think everyone agrees with me when I say that you guys deserve a huge round of applause for your achievements. Are you guys ready? Definitely not. Okay, here we go. Without further ado. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Insurance Apprentice 2019, please put your hands together for Colin Lunsky.
It's been such a journey. I can't believe I've won this Insurance Apprentice of 2019. I don't know how to describe how I'm feeling, because it's more like shock and awe as opposed to anything else. And I think it'll only really kick in tomorrow, maybe when I'm driving home or something like that, or maybe when I'm on my way to London. I think that's when it's really going to kick in.
Colin, don't run away. Mitesh, that means second place to you. A huge round of applause, please, ladies.
Look, while we were tallying up the scores, there was literally fractions separating the top three. So it could have gone either way. But I think Colin really deserved it. He performed well right from the beginning.
Yes, you can.
So I'm not too sure if Rian had sorted it out. I said with the top three, you win a bursary regardless. And I said that whichever I win, so I'm a bit nervous. Whichever one I win, I will donate it to the school that we did the park, Florida Park Primary. So one of their kids will be able to use it.
Incredible.
So I think pretty much when I found out I was in the top three, and the experience of doing the presentation in front of the school was still very fresh in my mind, and it left quite an impact, because I've never really done anything like that before. So the minute I realized that I was going to win some sort of bursary, I thought, it'd be so nice if I could give that to somebody else who could maybe use it to a little bit more benefit than I can. Because I'm pretty sure if I needed to study something, I'd be able to fund it somehow through some way or through my company. Whereas maybe this way I could bring somebody else's path, into the insurance industry, which maybe wouldn't have gone there.
From a Lloyd's perspective, yes, we believe in furthering and in supporting the development of the young insurance talents within the industry. As you know, there's a skills gap in the industry, and where we can support, we will continue to do that. I think it's quite important that we focus on developing the youth particularly concentrating and honing in the skills within the financial services sector.
I genuinely didn't think I was going to win with such incredible competition that I was up against, and I thought that Mitesh was going to be an incredible insurance apprentice. So I'd love to give him another round of applause because he was an exceptional. And that being said, all of the insurance apprentices have all got exceptional talent and are credit to the associations. So I hope that they are appreciated. I'd like to give a big thank you to FA News and Myra and Rianet. You know, without them, this initiative would never be here. And I think it's an incredible initiative where we can show the showcase of the youth of our industry. And we've got so much talent in our industry that goes unrecognized. And this competition allows them to be seen and have a voice. And the exposure to their companies and for their companies is phenomenal. So a big round of applause to FA News for this initiative. And the judges. Yeah, thanks guys. Yeah, you guys are incredible. You know, there's so much pressure that goes on behind the scenes, and as they say, you only see a very small part of this competition. You don't realize that we get there in the morning, we get 3 hours to do a presentation about a subject we have absolutely no clue about. And you know, they do put us a little bit out of our misery and put us to ease a lot, and they are incredible. And the knowledge that they pass on, especially the guest judges, thank you guys. I really appreciate you giving up your time. It's very valuable. And yeah, all of us apprentices really do appreciate the information you shared with us. So thank you so much. And I'd like a round of applause for you, please. And then from a personal point, I'd like to thank my boss who's sitting here, Hamish. You know, it's so fantastic to work for a company that allows you to grow and push yourself and to be exposed to this type of environment. You know, not every company can allow you to just take off 7 days here, 2 days there. Thanks for letting me go to London. So yeah, I really do appreciate it. And you know, with mentors like you around, this industry is in a very safe place. So I'd like to have a big thank you to Hamish and the team at HTR who covered me when I was away. So thank you so much. And then my wife, yeah, she let me come here. So big thank you, shot. So no, it's, you know, to have backup, because you know, there were days where I was frustrated and irritated, and I just said I'm not a big fan of losing. So she calmed me down and you know, brought me back to earth, and that's what I need from somebody. So thank you so much, love you lots, appreciate everything. And the sponsors, you know, all the sponsors. Without you guys, this competition would never be here. And you know, every rand that you put in really does assist to develop our insurance portfolio and all the people out there. So thank you so much for allowing this to happen and being such a big part in the events, and really do appreciate it. Thank you.
Look, I learned a lesson in this season because I've always felt that you can spot the ambassadors, you know, the people that will carry the message that we want to be carried, that insurance is exciting, that it's got many different facets to it. But I was wrong, you know, I couldn't spot that person at the beginning. So in future seasons, I'm definitely going to be keeping an open mind, and I'm going to be looking for those dark horses. You know, the people that you think are probably going to go home in the first or second task and end up finishing up on the podium. So yeah, I think in season 6 we're going to be looking for that. We're going to be looking for those people that have got that tenacity to push through right to the end.